Hey, what's going on, team? Welcome to today's daily sprint. We're outside working on these box seats here. Best seats in the house for Mass Ave. So anyway, one of the people in my wife's business development group for her network marketing company, he had texted her, I think it might have been on a Saturday or Sunday, and he's like, this doesn't work. I sent 100 messages out, and all 100 said no and rejected my offer. I'm like, oh, no, hey, 100? There's no way. I mean, I've sent thousands of messages out and haven't had 100 rejections. And I'm like, wait a minute. So she talked to him about it, and he's like, yeah, see, 100 people, and not one of them responded. So this is what I want to talk to you about today is, are you looking for failure when failure does not even exist, when it's not failure? Think about that. If you send, say, a message out, or say that you reach out to someone and they don't respond, ask yourself, why would you look at that as a rejection? That could be one of a million things. A rejection is if they respond and say, hey, quit messaging me about your stuff, okay? That is a no. Or, hey, would you like to take a look at what I have to offer? No. That is a rejection. That you could, if you want to label it failure, I wouldn't label it failure, I'd label it learning, but whatever you want to label it, okay, that would be a direct evidence of rejection or failure or whatever you want to say. But somebody not responding to an offer could be, it's not the right time for me right now, could be I didn't see the message, could be I was changing my kid's diaper, actually had interest and then forgot about it, which is why the blessings are in the follow-up, the fortunes are in the follow-up. I used to think that non-responses meant I'm not interested. I didn't take it as a rejection. It just meant I'm not interested. Hey, if they were interested, they would respond. And then I talked to someone who coached me and said, well, no, it doesn't mean that. You don't know what it means. You're not, Nostradamus. You don't have a crystal ball. You have no idea what it means. You do know it doesn't mean two things. It does not mean no, because they didn't tell you no. So how can you extrapolate a no from nothing? And it does not mean yes. That's the only two things that you have certain when you're sending out messages to prospects. So I started to use a follow-up script, and holy smoly, I started getting people, hey, I'm glad you messaged me. I actually wanted to get back to you with this, and this. Or people just saying, hey, you caught me at a better time. Or people just flat out being like, yeah, let me take a look. Who knows why they didn't say that before? Who cares? But the big lesson today is, do not look for failure or rejection when there's no evidence of it being there. Evidence of it being there is when somebody physically says no, okay? Or evidence of it working is when they physically say yes. So that's the big lesson today. The fortune is in the follow-up, and don't look for false evidence that doesn't exist when you're doing your messaging. You have a great rest of your day. Have a great growth-driven rest of your week.